Welcome back to Trip Off Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's not Bryce. That's Roy right there. And we have a special guest. Trevor is going to be in place of Bryce. Say hello, Trevor.
How's it going?
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, so I don't know how often you listen, Trevor, if you're used to our normal script that we go off of, I'll call it.
I do a lot of the NFL talk.
Okay.
That's kind of where I
That's what we
I
start
like
off with.
NFL, so I have followed that much.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm going to go over a little bit of recap. So
Uh-oh, Josh, did you freeze? Right off the bat, Josh freezes.
He froze on mine.
You froze on mine too. Yeah.
okay,
He does that every once in a while. You back? There you go.
Yeah, my whole thing went black for a second. We're good. Okay. Recap games from last week. Week 18, kind of some duds in here, I'm not going to lie. But on Saturday, we had some playoff scenario games. First one for the NFC South. Panthers go to the Bucks. The Bucks win. I'll fast forward into later. The Falcons beat the Saints and eliminate the Buccaneers. So this game really didn't mean anything.
But how are you? Did you follow Baker Mayfield during that game?
Yeah,
and,
I did.
I mean, that's just crazy to sit there and
I
know
know.
you won, but then you have to cheer on another division team.
Yep. So Buccaneers win. Everyone in the NFC South 8-9, all three teams: Bucks, Panthers, Falcons. But the Panthers are the one who move on and host the first round playoff game. Next one to decide the 1 seed, and the loser falls to the 6th seed. The Seahawks go into San Fran and basically blank them 13-3, kind of in an ugly one. But Seattle gets the 1 seed in the bye. The 49ers will go to, we'll get to that later. I won't give that away yet. Next one, Colt go into Houston, lose 38-30. Browns go to Cincinnati and win 20-18. Louis just said this. Falcons beat the Saints at home 19-17. Vikings beat the Packers 16-3. Jaguars obliterate the Titans 41-7. Giants beat the Cowboys. Yes, I was pumped about this. 34-17.
What's that get you for number pick?
We go from 17 to 12, and it dropped the Giants, who, because the Raiders, I'm going to get to in a second, won. The Giants would have been at 1. They dropped to 5. So kind of a big swing in the NFC East. Cowboys picking 12 for the second straight year. So Giants beat the Cowboys 34-17. Trevor's Rams, beat the Cardinals 37-20. Raiders beat the Chiefs 14-12 in a field goal game for the most part. Commanders beat the Eagles 24-17. Eagles sat everyone. Patriots beat the Dolphins 38-10. Lions beat the Bears 19-16. That was kind of a shocker to me. Broncos beat the Chargers. Chargers sat everyone 19-3. Bills beat the Jets 35-8. And then the other game, in an unbelievable game, if I may say so myself, to win the NFC North. Steelers host the Ravens. And Chris Boswell misses an extra point to give Lamar Jackson and the Ravens a chance. And they convert a 4th down and 10 on an unbelievable catch to set up the rookie Tyler Loop. And he misses the field goal to take them to the playoffs. And the Steelers survive with no DK Metcalf the last 2 weeks, by the way, to win the division and host a playoff game. So for our picks last week, I'm going to go real quick because Bryce isn't here. Bryce, the best week in the NFL, 10-6. Me and Roy, both 8-8. We all had the exact same picks for every game except for the Saturday games. And Bryce got both Bucks, Seahawks. Me and Roy both had Panthers, Niners. So we're going to have to do that. Any games you want to talk about? Pretty much the clinching games.
Go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, I mean, like I agreed with you guys on the Panthers Bucks. I mean, that's nuts how it played out where they played before the Falcons Saints game. I mean, I don't think that's happened too often in the NFL.
Yeah.
Usually,
That's crazy.
Not too often do like both teams have an outcome. Like a lot of times when that happens, you know, one team is still trying to make it into the playoffs between, like, say, the Falcons and Saints, and the other team is kind of tanking for a draft pick or something. So it was really crazy how that played out. And for the Saints, you know, that Tyler Shaw, he throws the interception and then drives right downfield, scores a touchdown.
Yep.
So, I mean, for that game to just play out how it did, too, was kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I was shocked, obviously, that the Eagles decided not to play.
That was going to be my question. Yeah. So what's your thoughts? I mean, they played for a half, and then just let it go, knowing that you could have the 2 seed, but
yeah,
you
that's
just
a
let it
pretty
go.
big.
I mean, what do you guys think of that?
I understand if someone has like an injury. If someone's got an injury that's really bothering them, maybe not like at quarterback, but like, if Barkley had a nagging thigh injury, I'm just using that as an example, and he really could use a week off, those I could get. Like, you would like the 2 seed, but if Saquon Barkley's healthy versus not healthy, you'd rather him be healthy because you could beat anyone. But to sit like everyone, I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all because, it ended up costing them.
I don't know if the Eagles just thought that the Bears would for sure win, but like you guys said, they, you see the score, you see what's happening, and they don't even try. I thought it was crazy, but I don't know if they just rather play the Niners that are more banged up defensively than having to have Green Bay come to them that also sat a bunch of players that are looking to try to be healthy.
Yeah.
It's confusing. I didn't understand that. I thought they really blew an opportunity because that's an extra home game. Best case scenario.
That's what I was going to say. That they're so far since I just saw the stats. Since when they have a second round home game, they have not lost. They have not lost in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So why would you not? I mean, I'm not a statistics guy, but if it's going to favor me, I probably would try it. At least get the win. I was just crazy. When I would turn that on and they were sitting everybody knowing that they could have the 2 seed, I just couldn't.
Yeah, as a Rams fan, I was sitting there thinking, here we're losing. I'm thinking we're going to be traveling to Philly at one point. And then all of a sudden it looked like, well, actually, we may be going to Chicago because Philly was winning.
Yep.
And I was like, I think we may be going to Chicago, which would have been cool to have a close game. And obviously, best case scenario, I'm happy we're going to Carolina after all.
Yeah,
But,
I agree.
Oh, yeah, I think we'll get into that game, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around everywhere.
No, you're fine. No, that's the other one I was going to talk about was the Steelers-Ravens. I mean, it was basically you win, you're in, loser, you're out, and you probably got fired, which happened with John Harbaugh.
I was going to get to that. That Steelers game, that was a wild one. I mean, Ravens score on that long touchdown, and then you think, okay, if they get one stop, it's probably over. Steelers start to drive, and then he hits or the corner slips. Then he gets a touchdown. You're like, shit. Well, then the extra point gets missed, and you're like, okay, now you only need a field goal, which is much more doable than to get all the way in the end zone. And then, oh man, that I don't know if you guys saw the 4th down catch I was referencing. That was an unbelievable throw and an unbelievable catch.
I saw a highlight of it.
The thing that it's hindsight is always better. Like I can say it now, and if he would have made the kick, it wouldn't matter. They had like 12 seconds and 2 timeouts. The Ravens did when they were first and 10, wherever they were at. And Lamar took the ball, ran to the middle, and took a knee. And they went right from there. When you could have gave the ball to Derrick Henry and got a little closer and just used a timeout. I'm surprised they didn't. Now, Steelers didn't have any timeouts, so when he ran to the middle and stopped, they obviously knew they could run it down to 2 seconds and quit it. But, I mean.
Just crazy.
You kind of feel like you're lucky if you're the Steelers because let's be real, like probably should have. I mean, you should have went to overtime for being real. If Boswell makes the extra point and then he hits that field goal, you go to overtime. But yeah, I mean, good for the Steelers. I mean, you get out of there with a win. I mean, shit, it made the Ravens fire John Harbaugh. That's a win for the Steelers anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't have anything else really. I mean, there was a lot of duds this week just because.
I mean, Browns beat the Bengals. Jeez, I mean.
Yeah, Myles Garrett with the sack record on that. But I did think it was crazy that the Colts put 30 up on the Texans.
With Riley Leonard.
With Riley Leonard, which he had some deep balls that happened to land. But
okay,
that was the only thing interesting.
Before I move on to some predictions and next week's stuff and all that. Well, with all the teams who didn't make the playoffs, that sets the first 18 picks in the draft. And I know nobody understands the draft. Nobody knows who's going to get picked, and we're not going to go over any players. But I want to go through the draft order because it's official, the first 18. Vegas has won the first pick. I'm not going to talk about players. Mendoza's going to the Raiders. I'll just tell you that now. But Raiders at 1, Jets at 2, Cardinals at 3, Titans at 4, Giants at 5, Cleveland at 6, Washington at 7, Saints at 8, Kansas City at 9. Haven't seen them pick there in 10 plus years. So
Crazy.
10 for the Bengals, 11 for Miami. Dallas is at 12. Atlanta should be at 13, but they owe the Rams this pick. So the Rams have 13, Baltimore 14, Tampa 15. The Colts should have 16, but they traded for Gardner. So it's the Jets pick. So the Jets pick at 16, Detroit
They'll mess
17,
that up.
and Minnesota at 18. So that's the draft order. Do we want to get into coaches being fired?
You can list them off or tell you. I mean, there was what, 6 so far? Is it 6? Is it up to 6?
I think 6. I think you're right. I think there's 6.
I mean, I don't.
So,
did any of them really not deserve being fired? I mean, that's
the Ravens
question.
fired John Harbaugh today. The Cardinals fired Jonathan Gannon. The Raiders fired Pete Carroll. The Browns fired Kevin Stefanski. The Falcons fired Raheem Morris. The Giants, some of these are a little bit older. Giants fired Brian Daboll, and the Titans fired Brian Callahan. Really, the only two to me of any significance really is Harbaugh from the Raiders and Stefanski from the Browns. I think those are two really.
Harbaugh from the Ravens.
What did I say?
Raiders.
Oh, well, that's where I think he's going to go. So,
you think he's going to the Raiders?
I read a report this tonight that the Giants are all in, like they will do whatever it takes to get him. So I don't know, but I mean, to me, the Raiders. Let me look. Maybe outside of the Ravens because they're just
the
good.
Ravens probably have the players to set up a coach to succeed.
But
if they keep everybody,
because other than the Ravens, most of these teams are bad. Like even the Browns are bad.
But I think the Browns' defense has always been decent.
Well, when you have
their
Myles Garrett,
yeah, their offense is what sucks. Yeah.
I personally think the Raiders have a pretty good. They have the number 1 pick. They have Genty in the backfield. They have Max Crosby on the.
They're trading him.
Well, I mean, or if you trade him, you're getting something for it, like picks. And you're in Vegas. So I think the Raiders have a pretty good sell. The Falcons have a okay sell. I mean, they have Bijan. That's it. The rest, Giants, I guess, is okay.
Kirk Cousins still for what, 5 more years?
Getting cut. They restructured his deal to cut him. So.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they can't do it until like after June 5th or something like that. But he's getting cut. Yeah.
Why would you wait that long? Why wouldn't you do it like
it's like an NFL day? Like if you do it before, they owe him like $86 million. If they don't, they only owe him 10. Something weird.
All these stupid deadlines and stuff.
Trevor, what do you think about these coaching fires? Any of them?
I mean, I was shocked with the Ravens because when Lamar and him are healthy, I saw their win percentage was like plus 715-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of tough, but I think it's probably easier to try to find a coach in the NFL than it is a quarterback nowadays. So
that's true.
I can see him not wanting to move off on Lamar, but I think Lamar's a quarterback that once his mobility is out the window when he gets a little older, he's not going to be playing, great ball at 34, 35, and he's already getting injured now, which is hurting his mobility. So it's kind of a tricky situation there.
Yeah, it's not like his mechanics are like top notch or anything.
Yeah. I saw a report tonight, and this is crazy to me. Not counting the Ravens because they fired John Harbaugh. So obviously John Harbaugh is not going to go back to the Ravens. So outside of that, there's 6 other positions. Cardinals, Raiders, Browns, Falcons, Giants, Titans. Those are the 6 outside of the Ravens. Harbaugh has already had 7 teams contact him for a head coaching job. So that means someone who has a head coach has reached out to hire John Harbaugh and request an interview. Now, obviously, we don't know who that is, but I thought that was a pretty – and multiple sources, not like one. So I was like, it's interesting. You imagine hiring someone and say, oh, by the way, sorry, man.
It's probably Miami. I mean, that'd be one of my guess. I keep reading they're not going to fire what's his name?
Mike McDaniels.
Mike McDaniels. Yeah. And that dude, he's a coordinator. He's not a head coach.
Yeah. Okay. That's really all I got for NFL.
Let's get into the Playoffs.
Yeah, so let's take it to the playoffs. All right.
Trevor's game, the first game of the playoffs.
Trevor, first game of the playoffs. The 5-seeded Rams go to the 4-seeded Panthers. Bryce and Roy, because Roy has already put in his picks.
Yeah, I put my pick anniversary.
Have both selected the Rams, and I'm also in agreement. I do think the Rams are going to – I think this can be closer, though. I mean, we saw the Panthers in Carolina a month ago beat the Rams.
Yeah.
So it's not – I really don't think it's impossible. I trust the Rams more. But what do you think?
You got the MVP on the Rams.
I'm hoping he gets the MVP.
He should. I mean, in my opinion, he should.
He won't
Yeah, I think they basically like to have something to talk about, so you got to find something else to compare. But no, it is one of those games. The way they play at home and different things, it does make you a little bit nervous. But I think we got our wake up call back when we played him. Granted, we went ahead and lost to the Falcons, and then we looked pretty rough the first half and part of the third quarter against the Cardinals before we, shook everything off. But I think bringing Adams back is going to help, and I think the Rams are going to take care of business like they probably should have the first time. I think that was one of Bryce Young's best games, and chances of him having best of his both games against us, twice in the same season. I'm just hoping that doesn't happen.
I'll take Sean McVay every day of the week in a game like this.
I agree.
The problem is the Panthers got. I think they played their best game against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are going to put up 30. Can the Panthers score 30?
Yeah,
and
can the Panthers keep up? Yeah,
I don't think so. That's where I don't think they can. I don't think they have a defense that could do it.
I agree. Yeah, I think the Rams are pretty heavily favored. The only thing that scares me, it feels like a trap game. Panthers got nothing to lose. They're 8-9. They're expected to probably lose by 10 plus.
Well, the line is 10.5.
I don't think anyone bats an eye. It's a solid season for the Panthers. Good for them for making it.
And they've definitely got a chip on their shoulder because of how they got into the playoffs. No team wants to make it into the playoffs the way they did.
Losing and get just limp in somehow.
Yeah, losing record, lose your last game, and you fall in because of another game.
Yeah. Well, we're all in agreement on the Rams. Takes us to our next game, and Bryce isn't here for this.
I know.
Packers, the 7th seed in the NFC, go to the 2-seed Bears. Bryce has the Bears, and Roy has the Packers. Now, Roy, do you really think the Packers are going to win, or are you picking them opposite for our bet?
A little bit of both, yes. I think the Packers can play the Bears well, and I think that's I think if they sat Love, I think he was a little hurt. I think he's going to come back better. I just don't. Caleb Williams in some of those and early in these games, he doesn't throw the ball well. Throws it high, doesn't do well, and he has to do these comebacks, and that kind of got him against the 49ers and stuff. So I think in the playoff atmosphere, I do think the Packers will go in there and win.
Trevor, what do you think about this game?
I think this is there's two games that I really don't like choosing a winner on, and this is one of them. Yep. The Bears, they forced 33 turnovers. The Packers have only gave up 13. Both games were extremely close regular season. There was the onside that helped the Bears get the chance to come back, and then the perfect throw. There's a lot of things like that. And then we just saw Caleb Williams, he had two passing attempts into the middle of the second quarter this last game against the Lions, which was just kind of weird. I don't really know why play your starters if that's the game plan. That confused me. So if the Packers are healthy, and I think that they'll probably pull away with a win on this one. That's where I would lean.
Yeah, I'm mixed. I'm in the same boat as you, Roy. I mean, personally, if I was to put money on it, I would probably say the Bears win, but I'm picking the Packers for our bet purposes. But I do truly think they could win, and I think they have a good shot. I mean, let's be real. They don't recover, or if the Bears don't recover that onside kick, the Packers sweep the Bears 2-0.
Yeah.
And I think you got to recover the onside kick. But they would have won that game. So the only thing that scares me is when the last time the Packers played the Bears, they shut down the Bears run game, which to me is the best part of the Bears offense currently. I don't know if they can do that again. I mean, in theory, yes, but man, they really shut it down well last time. But I'm going to roll with the Packers.
What do you think of it? What do you think of this? Packers are favored 1.5.
I don't like that. I think the Bears.
That surprised me.
The Bears are winning close games, and there is a knack to that. That's to me, that's good coaching. You're staying in it enough when it's not pretty, and you're finally finding a way to squeak through, finding the plays, whatever it is. I mean, I don't count their one against Packers because that was just pure luck they were.
My thing with Ben Johnson, though, you saw it in Detroit. We've seen it a little bit this year with the Bears. When it gets down to like close games, he gets a little too fancy.
Yeah,
and true. Tries to do stuff that it's not. It doesn't always work, and maybe he's got the stuff to do it here with Chicago. But I think I'm not saying Ben Johnson's he's a good coach.
Yeah, he is.
I hate to say it because Bryce is all he does is talk about the Bears.
Yep.
But I just think he does get a little fancy and does things just weird and gets him in trouble.
Next one. To me personally, this is the game of the week. I know Bryce. The other one has more of a rivalry, but this one is electric. Bills go to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars. I've gone back and forth on this game. I can't figure out which one I want to choose. Bryce has the Bills. Roy also picked the Bills. And it's in Jacksonville. And for 17 out of the 18 weeks in the regular season, I would have picked the Bills. But I watched the Jaguars play in Denver, and I was convinced. I said that team knows how to win. Now, could the Jaguars lose by 40 in this game? If you have a Josh Allen game, it's possible. But I'm going to trust Liam Cohen, and I'm going Jags because I need one over Bryce somewhere. So I'm almost wanting to do a lot of opposites. But to me, this game comes down to the Jags offense versus the Bills defense. If the Bills can't stop the Jags, I think the Jags can slow the Bills down here and there, and I think the Jags would win. But if we get one of those games where Josh Allen is not stoppable, I think they could take down the Jags. So what do you think, Trevor?
I'm going with the Bills on this one. I think this is Josh Allen's chance to try to go through the AFC without the other big names in the NFL still around. So I think he's going to try to make the most of it, and I think he puts on a show.
I totally agree with Trevor. I think this is Josh Allen's best chance to get through. The problem he's going to run into is, the Jags got a good defense. Patriots have a good defense. The Chargers have. There's a lot of teams with good defenses. It's going to be the Josh Allen show. That's the only way they can win is if he can throw and run. And I think this is his time. He's going to show. I think he's in a good. He's got a good place. I just said doesn't have the receivers, but I think he's got the place to do it.
Yep. Next one, 49ers go to the Eagles. That's a hard one for me to predict as well.
Yeah, this was another one
based on how both teams are playing the last few games. Roy, you picked the Eagles at home to beat the Niners. Bryce went 49ers. Now I'm going to ask again. Is this an opposite pick, or do you think the Eagles win this game?
I did the opposite because he's picked 49ers, but I do think the Eagles will win. I think their defense is too good for them to lose to the 49ers. I think 49ers can show spurts of being really good at offense, but I just think their injuries, they're not – Brock Purdy's not consistent. I think this defense is really good. That they can only score by throwing the ball pretty much 49ers because McCaffrey can run it, but they when he get him outside and throw the ball, that's when they're good. And that's the Eagles' best is when they can is their DBs and get turnovers. So I'm going the Eagles.
Trevor, what do you think?
Well, I do believe Jalen Carter's back to being healthy and will be playing and everything. I think the Eagles, and obviously I'm not a fan of the Niners being in the division, but what they've done to overcome everything that they've done has been impressive. But I think, and I was actually pretty impressed this last week. They, holding the Seahawks to 13 points. The Seahawks really never had to answer because they held the Niners to 3. But I think the Eagles, their defense is too good. And I think them resting their players was to kind of, act like they had their bye week, I guess you could say, like they had, in the past. And I think they're going to get rolling, unfortunately. And hopefully I'm wrong and they lose and the Niners win, and there's a chance the Rams could host the Niners, depending on if the Packers do take out the Bears. So hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the biggest coin flip game to me.
Philly 4.5.
I want to take the Eagles because Bryce picked the Niners. But man, I've seen the Eagles play so many games where you're like, they gotta turn it on.
You're deep down, you're an Eagles fan. I know you say you're a Cowboys fan, but deep down, you're an Eagles fan. Just go with them.
Yeah, I am gonna go to the Eagles, and I'm only gonna go to the Eagles because they're at home.
Just a fight any way you want to. We know you're a fan.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Eagle. I don't love it. I mean, this is a true coin flip to me.
There's like a stat out there with Jalen Hurts. If he's thrown for less than 200 yards, he's like 9-0 or something like that.
I mean, that's an unbelievable stat.
Like his record is nuts for throwing less than 200 yards.
That's crazy for a quarterback. Gee.
Yeah.
Next one, Sunday Night Football. Chargers go to New England to face the Patriots. Bryce has Patriots, Roy has Patriots, and I'm also in agreement. The Chargers are just too banged up. They have no offensive line. The Patriots are just going to put up their 20 to 30, 20-ish points, and I just don't know if the Chargers can hang in there against that defense. So I'm in agreement. Trevor, what do you got?
I'm going opposite. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this.
Ooh,
nice.
This is going to come down to if the Patriots' easy schedule has, truly shown and backfires on them. They lost to the Bills while they were up 21. I mean, that's kind of a fluke game. That sucks. It happens. Rams have done it this year. So that's part of football, unfortunately. But the only really impressive win that they had recently was against the Ravens, when the Ravens, were really trying to win out to secure playoffs. And they did, beat them up. So they are a very solid team, well coached. Drake May has been very good. He can roll. But I'm going to go with Herbert and Harbaugh. And I think that they can get it done.
All right. And then to Monday Night Football. Texans. Oops, spelled that wrong. Texans go to Pittsburgh. Bryce took the Texans. Roy, you went Steelers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump right to our guest here. What do you got, Trevor?
This was the game that I had kind of as a toss-up. I switched back and forth, but I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay. Roy?
I like it.
I mean, I know you went Steelers.
I went Steelers. Their defense is really good, and I'm not sold on the Texans' offense to move the ball as well as they do. Their defense is really good. So it's going to give Aaron Rodgers a lot of issues. But I think the Steelers are going to roll. I mean, not roll. They're going to go in there. They're going to win. It's a home game. I think I did pick them because it's a good one to go opposite Bryce, but I do think the Steelers have a chance to win.
And I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to follow Bryce on this one. I like the Texans. You kind of nailed it a little bit, Roy. I think the Texans' defense will slow down the Steelers. They slow everyone down in general, but I really like their defense. And I just like the Texans' offense to maybe hit a few more explosive plays to Nico Collins and them down the field more than I do the Steelers. And I just think even if the Steelers maybe have a little bit longer drives, maybe get to midfield more often, I still think the Texans have the big playability, and then Rodgers is not going to be able to run around to that pass rush. I mean, if Rodgers sits in a pocket, I would say the Steelers would win this game, but I know that Texans defense is going to be in his face, and he's just too old to move around like that. So I'm going to roll with the Texans.
Was it the Texans Chargers like last week or something like that, where the Texans came out and just threw 2 bombs to start off, basically?
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, they have the ability to come out and do stuff like that. And those weren't even to Nico Collins. That was Jalen Noel, I think, and Jake Higgins, the rookies. So I originally I was going with the Texans, but then I kind of thought, Rodgers just prevented Myles Garrett from sacking him while he had the chance to, break the record, and he still can just manipulate defenses. DK Metcalf's coming back with 2 weeks of recovery. I think the Steelers have the bigger corners with Jalen Ramsey and Porter for the bigger receivers the Texans have. So, and it came down to, even if the Steelers aren't running the ball well, they're dinking Duncan to Gaineswell and Warren. And I was like, I think that because both defenses are really good.
Yeah.
And so that's what pushed me to the Steelers.
All right. I think that's all we got for NFL. The only other thing I want to talk about, I want to go over some win streaks and lose streaks, just FYIs. Do you guys know that the Jaguars have won 8 straight coming into the playoffs?
I read that.
Did you know that the team that didn't win that division, the Texans, have the best one in the NFL at a 9-game win streak?
I did not know that one.
I didn't know the Texans won that
started 8-2 and lost 7 straight. They've lost in the season on a 7-game losing streak. Chiefs were 6-5 and they lost 6 straight to lose it. On the other side, it's not nearly as bad. Vikings were 4-8 and won 5 straight to tank their draft pick. Packers have lost 4 straight to come into the playoffs. Bears have lost 2 straight coming into the playoffs. We already talked about the Panthers a little bit. And then the Seattle Seahawks have won 7 straight. So before we move on, last thing, I know the 1 seeds aren't playing this week. Trevor, if you had to pick a team to win the Super Bowl right now, you had to put $100 on them, who would you choose?
I'm going to stick with the Rams. Okay. I don't like how they've played recently, but if they, flip their gears around, I do think they're the best team. And Sean McVay and Stafford with Puka and Adams healthy, I think can outscore probably anybody.
Yeah. I mean, you asked middle of the season, I think almost everyone in football probably would have agreed with you. So it's just
right when the switch was on them, they started to blow it. But I think the Jaguars' last loss was to the Rams, which it was in London. But the Rams, came in and whooped them like 35-7 or something like that.
Roy, how about you?
I'm still going to ride with the Bills. I mean, I don't want to. This is Josh Allen's. I mean, really, the team I really would hate, I don't want to face is the Broncos. I don't like Bo Nix, but that defense and Sean Payton just knows how to coach football. I just don't. But I'm going to go Bills.
Probably, if the Bills do win, that's probably their date. If it's the Broncos. For me, I got 2 teams. I just can't ignore the fact of how many big games Seattle has won down the stretch here. They get the week off, which should help them reset a little bit, but just the way that they've played defensively has been shocking to me. And that offense is just solid. It's a good offense with Sam Darnold, and they don't make a whole lot of mistakes, which is surprising coming from Sam Darnold, but good for him. But my other team on the other side, and I kind of hinted at it a little bit because I took them. I think the Texans could make a sneaky little run because I think they could beat the Broncos. I think they could beat the Jags, and I think they could beat the Patriots. I like their big play explosiveness with their offense as long as C.J. Stroud doesn't turn the ball over, and that defense is legit. I mean, they're basically like a broke version of the Denver Broncos in my opinion, but I could still see them beating Denver. Now they could lose first round, so who knows?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually wrong. The Texans did beat the Jags week 10, so that would have been their last.
Yes. So
loss.
But that's all I got for NFL. You guys?
I'm good.
All right. Roy?
All right. College football. I know you guys aren't college football guys, but the bowl season's over, and now we're just playing a couple of semifinal games. Louisiana Tech beat Coastal Carolina. Illinois beat Tennessee on a last-second field goal. And then your kicker goes into the portal.
A&M.
Huh?
He went to A&M.
Is that where he went to? I thought you talked to Ohio State.
No,
TCU beats USC. Iowa beats Vandy, which I picked that. Duke wins against Arizona State.
That was an electric football game, by the way. I watched almost the entire thing.
The Arizona State Duke?
Yes. It was high scoring and back and forth the whole way.
I was watching. I think that was Iowa Vandy at that time. I was watching that one. Michigan lost to Texas. and what was a good game till the very end. Utah takes care of Nebraska. My favorite, Miami beats those son of a bitches, Ohio State.
Yeah.
What a win. It was great. Oregon beats Texas Tech.
Beat
Indiana,
yeah, God,
Indiana just whipped the shit out of Alabama. That wasn't even close. First 10 minutes that's about it. What a game! Ole Miss versus Georgia. I don't know if you watched that. That was electrifying. That was offense, just going up and down the field. It was awesome.
That's impressive to say against Georgia.
Yeah, it was great. Texas State takes down Rice. Navy beats Cincinnati. SMU comes back and beats had a huge lead at halftime, and Arizona almost came back and won. And then Wake Forest beats Mississippi State. The records this week for college football, the bowls. Not much. There was a lot of different picks, but they were really close.
Yeah.
Josh finished 9-6, and Bryce and I finished 8-7. So
I needed more ground on Bryce.
That's why I picked a bunch of different ones, and it just evened itself out. So
I know it's done all year long. For the total picks of the week for everything, Bryce has the best week at 18-13. I'm one back, 17-14. Roy's one back of me, 2 of Bryce, 16-15. For the standings, Roy, you are 7 back. We are running out of time.
Running out of games.
I am 6 back. I'm only 1 ahead of Roy. And it doesn't mean if you're second or third, you got to come in first. So I would say Bryce is clearly in the driver's seat. We need 1 week, really, this week.
That's it this week because you can't make us ground. Trevor, going to come with us on the Waffle House Challenge?
I don't know about that.
It's only 36 hours there.
That's what it is, 36 hours, and every pancake or waffle.
Yeah, so it's together. Away. So Josh and I lose, we'll go in together. We have 36 hours for every waffle that he or I eat. It takes an hour off.
Yep.
So I'm hoping Josh can do about 20 waffles.
Well, I'm going to be doing the Waffle House Challenge for my fantasy football league already, so I'll let you know how I do.
Well, you better start getting some room there so you can do 20, 21. That should be good. I think I can get 10. That should be all right.
Be about 10.
So I was really hoping.
And then we're going to be there for 16 hours.
Yeah. Pick a day where there's some good ball games on or something.
Yeah. There'll be some entertainment at the Waffle House.
There will be entertainment at the Waffle House. Yeah. Josh will be hitting on some of those girls.
I'm engaged. I can't be doing that, Roy. All right. 2 college football games of the week this week.
Yeah.
I don't like to see this already because I have the exact same as somebody, and I don't like that. First game, Miami versus Ole Miss. Bryce has Miami. Roy has Ole Miss. Roy, is that an opposite pick, or you think that?
No, it's the opposite pick. I really think Miami's defense is really, really good, and and they got Carson Beck, who's been in college football for 8 years. It seems like he's just been in a lot of big games. I'll take Ole Miss. I think that offense they can score. But I think Miami's probably going to win. But I took Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I can't choose Ole Miss. I just can't. I don't think there's I guess there is a chance. I'm not saying it that way, but I can't. I'll just take my chances on the NFL games for the Bryce switch because I got 3 different. But I can't choose Ole Miss, so I won't be doing that. What do you think, Trevor?
I don't watch a whole lot of college football. I try to watch highlights and different things of those players, but I'm going to go with Miami. And I think the craziest thing about that is just how Carson Beck decided to stay in college for the year and made that kind of money. And now he's playing in this big of a game and is going to, help his draft stock for this year.
He's definitely raised it back from where it was last year. Because before last season, he was a first-round guy, and then he played terrible, got hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a first-round guy.
He's not anymore.
He's going to make more money in college than he does in the NFL.
But now he's running into the age problem with the draft. So, he's getting old. But, hey, Shutt went second round last year. So, hey, Shutt was 40 when he got drafted, damn near. So, next one. So me and Bryce are Miami and Roy is Ole Miss. Oregon plays Indiana. It's a rematch. Bryce went Indiana. Roy's going Oregon. I'm assuming that's a flip pick.
Nope. I actually do think Oregon's defense is good enough to beat If you watch, I watched that game, Indiana Oregon, when they played earlier, and it was a defensive game. I mean, it was a hard nose. I think Oregon's defense is good enough to slow down Indiana, and they can run the ball really well, and I think they have a good shot at winning that ball game.
Trevor?
I'm going with Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah, I am baffled by how dominant Indiana has been this year. Like last year, they had a little bit of an easier schedule, got to the playoffs, played well, played better than I thought, but still didn't make it. Did they lose to Penn State? I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Last year, they lost to – I forget. Last year. They had, one or two losses, and then they lost in the playoffs.
I know they lost in the playoffs. I just don't remember to who. I have it right here.
I mean, Indiana's a good team. Their offense is good, and Mendoza's good. But
they lost to Ohio State.
They just – and their defense is good. They're a good team. I really like the way Oregon played the last 2 weeks at their college.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just think Indiana is just rolling. They've already beat Oregon. They won in Oregon. They just beat Ohio State. They just obliterated Alabama. I think they're just playing too well, too much confidence. I'm going to take Indiana. So me and Bryce are going to have the same on this one. But I can't. I just don't feel comfortable picking either of the two and just giving him one. When I do think my NFL picks could flip. I like those chances better. So I'll take the same two. So me and Bryce got Miami and Indiana. Roy, you have opposites, Ole Miss and Oregon. Could definitely help you flip. If I had to guess, we'll go 1-1.
We'll go 1-1 is what'll freaking happen, and I won't make any ground.
If you were to get one right, I'd rather you pick Oregon right. Like, I'd rather Oregon win than Indiana. I just don't think it'll happen. So that's the one I'd root for you. I'd root for you to go one too, actually.
Hey, Big Ten's going to be in the championship. That's all I give a crap about.
Yep, it's true. That's all we got for college football this week, right?
Yep. Right. We're winding down.
Yep. College basketball, Roy.
Oh, I just do the rankings.
Yep.
I didn't get to really watch my Wolverines tonight, but they barely won, I saw. Yep. I think a 2-point win. Jeez. They got Penn State, which is Penn State's tough, but jeez. The rankings. Gosh dang it. Try and pull them up here. Just real quick. Trevor's a basketball guy. He should know all this stuff.
I really don't watch a whole lot of basketball.
I don't watch any NBA, so all I watch is college. Arizona 1, Michigan 2, Illinois. Iowa State 3, Connecticut 4, Purdue 5, Duke 6, Houston 7, Gonzaga 8, BYU 9, and Nebraska 10. Josh's Illini is 16, and Bryce's Tennessee, that's if he's truly a Tennessee fan, is 21. That college basketball is full conference play now, so it's
Illinois is playing pretty solid. Really liked how our defense has played since the Nebraska game, but the more time goes on, the more the Nebraska game looks like a good game, and we lose on a buzzer team to a team who hasn't lost yet, and they're ranked 10. So Illinois has not lost to anyone who's not in like the top 15. So all our losses are very solid losses. So I'm pretty happy, but it's conference play. It gets a little bit more physical.
Conference play is different because they scout. They got it's tougher.
I agree. But I don't have anything else really.
No.
We're going to jump into baseball real fast. Trevor, I don't know if you're an MLB fan at all or not.
Nope.
No. Hey, okay. Then,
I'm becoming less and less, so it doesn't really matter.
There's not much has happened, so this one's going to go pretty quick. Did Ema sign before our last episode?
No.
Okay. Ema signs, I don't know how to say his first name, signs with the Astros, 3-year deal.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. See if you can say it.
Oh my God, I just fucked my thing up. Sorry. Okay. Tasoya? No. Tasoya?
Come on. Tasoya?
It's not how you say it because I know you don't pronounce the Y, but and then the other one, I know how to say this name, Kazuma Okamoto. He signs with the Blue Jays, 3-year deal. Blue Jays are just
neither one. None of us got it right.
Nope, neither of us got any of those right. Who is our number one free agent? Oh, that's why there is no free agent. Okay. Yeah, neither of us got them right. And then score is still 3 me, 1 Bryce, 1 Roy. Couple rumblings on some players, but slow. It's real slow. Everyone wants so much money.
In years.
Yep. But that's all I got for MLB. And that's all I got, really. It takes us to our miscellaneous phase. Trevor, I don't know how often you listen to the end of the podcast and hear our miscellaneous stuff.
I saw you guys did a game the other day about like movies.
Yep.
And then you did a game where you had people like or you had Roy and Bryce pick players or whatever and go through the rounds.
Yep. Roy, do you have a game this week?
No, I did not. I didn't have time.
Okay, well, if you
do yours.
If you give me a minute and a half, I have 2 questions left. I couldn't think of the last 2, but I'll have a game for you guys in 2 minutes. So
Trevor
take a small intermission and
Trevor
go to the
will probably win this.
Audience, if you need to.
Go to the bathroom in the audience. No, I think we were going to do Mark Wahlberg movies, and I just kind of forgot about it. So busy. It's what happens with kids. You'll find that out, Trevor. Yours will grow up faster than you think.
Yeah, he started walking at 9.5 or 8.5 months. He started walking.
You got a ball in his hand?
Yeah, he likes to pick up a ball and he'll put it through a little basketball hoop that like comes up to his chest. But he's 10 months. Well, he'll be 11 months coming up, and I'll like roll the ball over to the side and he'll pick it up and walk it back and throw it through the hoop.
There you
that
go.
Little stuff's been pretty fun and exciting, but trying to keep him from getting into everything is just not possible anymore.
Just drop him off at your dad's house and make him do all the work.
Yeah. That turns into my mom.
Yeah. Just keep him away from Zach. I mean, I want you're a smart kid. I want that kid to be smart. You don't want him to dumb him down any. I hope Zach is listening to this.
I hope Zach's listening to it as well. Okay, I have my game ready. You guys ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so Trevor, I don't know if you know how this game goes exactly, but I'll explain the rules. I have 6 levels, okay? I'm going to read you a question on level 1, and it's going to say, pick a player of, this category, and you have to come up with a name, and you'll hold it in your head. And then I'm going to say, Trevor, what's your name? And I have a list of all 6 questions or levels, and I already have a name for all of them. So I'm not changing my picks. Like my names are in there. So your goal is to not choose the same player as me. Now, I know you have no clue who I'm going to pick. Bryce and Roy have a little bit more of a feel. Sometimes I like to –
Bryce is better at it.
I'll pick a Bears category where I think I can snipe who Bryce is going to pick, things like that. But you're going to be blind. So you're really just going to be picking stuff. But sometimes the more obscure name is better because maybe I don't even know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
no. Yep. This is the game you played on the last episode.
Correct. But if you're wrong, like let's say I say pick a Super Bowl winner and you pick a team that's never won a Super Bowl, you're eliminated. Or if I say pick a first round pick and you pick a 4th round pick guy, you're eliminated. So if you guess the same name as me or you're wrong, you're out and you don't get to keep going. Okay. So the first question, I need an Eagles running back in their history, as long as they've played one game as an Eagles running back ever. And sometimes, Trevor, I'll even give you a tip. The most common names are sometimes a good answer because maybe I'm not going to choose someone super obvious. You know what I'm saying? So all names are good answers. It's just.
I got a name.
Okay. Trevor, do you have a name?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have Trevor go first.
I'm going with A.J. Dillon. I was going to do DeAndre Swift, but I figured that might be someone you snipe for Bryce.
Well, I'll give you answer. I don't have A.J. Dillon, so you move on to round 2. Roy.
I think he sniped me. I got LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, I almost chose him.
Yes.
That's a good one where like it's obvious, but how obvious am I going to get? I actually went Darren Sproles, and I only went Darren Sproles because my friend's an Eagles fan. That was his favorite player ever, so I just chose Darren Sproles.
Deep down, you're truly an Eagles fan.
You both move on. No. You both move on. I watch them twice a year, though, Roy.
I know, and you probably cheer for him.
Bills offensive player this season. So someone who's played offense for the Bills this season. Any position other than O-line. Don't choose an O-lineman. That's no fun. Anything other than an O-lineman.
I got one.
Trevor, you got one? Okay, Roy, who do you got?
Matt Collins.
Oh, Roy, I don't think so. He's on the
He's the
Patriots.
Patriots.
I thought he was on a team.
I know that. I'm not going to look.
I don't know when he got
Not
traded.
on the Bills anymore.
I don't know if it was an
just-
early season trade or anything, but he is Patriots.
I'll look for you. But
I'm looking right now. Damn it!
Nope.
I don't get that.
Nope. Roy is eliminated. Trevor?
Gabe Davis.
Ooh, good
That's
answer.
good one.
He's rocking some good ones. I went super common. Josh Allen. I tried to snipe Roy thinking he would pick an easy
Oh,
one.
I would not have picked him.
Okay. So you got Trevor, you move on. I'm going to let Roy keep
eliminated.
playing, but he's going to lose the game. So the next one, I need a Raiders defensive player since the year 2000.
I got a player.
And another tip, Trevor, the options get usually smaller as the game goes on. Not this question, but the options become more narrow. So it's supposed to be harder. But Roy, you got a name?
I do.
Go ahead.
Charles Woodson.
Okay. Did he play after 2000?
He was drafted in 97.
Oh, that's true. Trevor, you got a name?
I'm going to go with I don't want to be wrong if he never played for him, but I'm pretty sure he did. So I'm just going to go common and go Max Crosby and hope that you didn't go that common.
I did not go Max Crosby, but I went very similar. I went Khalil Mack.
Okay. I was thinking
Max
Marcus
Crosby.
Peters. Did Marcus Peters play for the Raiders?
I believe he did. The corner.
Yeah, because he played for the Rams at one time, and then I thought he played for the Raiders.
He played for the Raiders. No.
Okay, well,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was hidden. He did. He played one season. His last season, 2023.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Rams, Baltimore, and then Raiders for one season. It was on the second page. Okay. Trevor moves on. Pass round 3. You're halfway there. Number 4. I need an active first round draft pick. Any position. Roy hates the draft pick questions.
Yeah, because I don't pay attention to the
He doesn't
draft.
know a lick about who.
First round's a little easier than second round.
Last week we did a second round player.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Yeah,
you
Travion
did
Henderson.
lucky.
Yeah, I got one, but
Okay, go ahead, Roy.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy, it's correct. Trevor, you got a name?
I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford moves on. I had Jamar Chase. Okay, number 5. I need you to give me a team in this NFL cycle who has fired a coach. So of the names we listed earlier, we went over all the firings. Just give me a team that fired their coach.
Head coaches, I'm guessing we're going with head coaches.
No, you just you could just name the Giants for an example.
Okay.
Just give me the team.
Well, I'm saying like a team that fired their head coach, not just any
head
coach.
Yes, correct.
Yes, head coach. Okay.
Yep. Roy, you got one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Falcons.
Okay.
Cardinals.
You both move on. Damn, I really thought I'd get one of you guys there technically, even though Roy's out. I went Raiders.
See, that's who I thought you'd say because you're a big,
all right, Trevor.
Big Raiders fan.
I thought maybe it'd be Ravens just because it was the most recent.
Yeah. Bryce has played this game, what would you say, Roy? Probably like 7 times at this point, and he's only beaten me like twice.
Once, I think.
Once? Yeah.
Because last week.
Always loses somewhere. And he always picks the same player as me, not even getting it wrong. The last one, I need an NFL team who has a bird logo, or you know what I'm saying. Their mascot is a bird. Roy, you got one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Your Eagles, your favorite team.
Oh, for the love of God. Trevor?
Cardinals.
You both move on. I picked the Falcons. So, Trevor, congratulations. You've won the first one already.
First time and he wins.
Well,
Bryce that. He'd be pissed.
I thought maybe Seahawks, since you had Seahawks as one of your top teams.
Yep.
But so I just stuck with back-to-back Cardinals.
Back-to-back Cardinals. Yep. Yeah, you can go back-to-back. I can't go back-to-back. But, yeah, player can go back-to-back. All right. Sorry, Roy. You lose. Trevor wins today.
Yep. Congrats, Trevor.
55-minute podcast right at our normal time.
Not too bad.
Well, Trevor, what was your experience? First podcast.
I liked it. Looking forward to watching it tomorrow and seeing how dumb I sound on some of my takes.
You know, you won't sound as dumb as you think, I promise. Until, 4 of your 6 picks lose this week and you'll go, damn, I don't know shit.
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
Well, I think this last week was one of the hardest weeks to choose, obviously.
That's true.
With teams sitting players and you just not knowing who wants to do what.
Yep.
But,
all right. Roy, you got anything else?
No, thanks for coming on, Trevor.
Yep, thank you.
Way more insightful than Bryce.
Yeah. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Out.